All right. Good morning, everyone out there today in the crypto world. Oh, I hate being wrong. I hate being wrong. Yes, I hate being wrong. So let's take a look here what we got in our top targets over here. So as you all know, I have been just making a 2-year-old temper tantrum for the last day and a half. And I said right up here, I said, I am going to leave my damn bubble here because I missed my bubble by like $10, $15. And sure enough, I said, I'm just going to leave this here. And boom, all the money. Got that. I just got that. So, you know what? I even put, and I'll share our chat with you guys. Hold on a second. I like to save these. So I will show you guys my call last night. So even in the group, in our private group last night, I was like, golly, man. I'm like, I just feel like Bitcoin is going to bounce, right? I was saying it doesn't feel right. And I was just not happy about it. Where's it at? Let me go find it here. All right. So here it is right here. I just said Bitcoin is stable and trying to bounce. So as you know, all of my altcoins hit their lower targets last night. So pretty much all my calls on the alts hit every single target I was going for. The only target that I did miss was Bitcoin. It's the only one I missed, and I was like, I am not happy about this. And there it is. I said, I am not happy about this. So I said, I'm just going to leave my bubble here. I did call for this to bounce. I also opened, if you look up here, I did open a short on a long, hold on a second. And so EOS did hit my target. God, where is my, I did open a long up here on Litecoin. There it is. I opened a long on Litecoin last night just for a scalp, right? Because of the daily cross. Ignore my spelling of daily, horrible. And I said, you know what? I just expected this thing to bounce back up. And I opened a small long. Now, that long did fail. The long failed right there for me. Litecoin did spike. So let's bring over our Litecoin chart. Now, here's the problem. Here's my issue. So right here is our Litecoin chart. So here was the spike, right? So I said, hey, I'm opening up a Litecoin spike, a Litecoin long scalp. And I played the Litecoin long scalp. Of course, by the time this happened, I was sleeping. So I completely missed this call right here. My call did go up. I didn't have a sell zone right here. And so I did play a little scalp. Now, I am still just a little bit positive in the scalp. I'll probably break even on it. But I did open a little play on Litecoin right here. Like I said, I'll probably just break even on this thing, get out of it. What I'm seeing is just a lot of absolutely radical movement. I hit all of my targets. So if you look right here, there's my target that I had last night. And I did hit my target on Litecoin. So that is good. Another successful play. Now let's peek at our Litecoin. All right, so there we go. Came down, poked right on our MAs right there. I said it's got a test of this area, and sure enough, I nailed it 100%. Now, this is your support on Litecoin. This is it right here. Breaking below this level on Litecoin is detrimental because you go over here to the daily. We're holding on the last MA here on the 30 MA on the daily. That is no bueno. Okay. You've got a strong support of, look at this. So here on the 6 hour, same thing. In the 6 hour, you got the same exact situation. You got multiple MAs moving just absolutely parallel with one another across here. You did hit a red 9. Now remember, I always tell everybody, go easy on these lower time frames and higher time frames. These 9s can bleed out. Came down, hit the 9, bounced perfect. Now this is a perfected 9, so this is a really good 9. on the higher time frames. So we're only on a red 3 right here. So we came down, hit this red 3. Great. This is actually a very bullish candle right here. This is a very bullish candle. This hammer candle at the bottom was bullish. And once again, Litecoin just dragged everything down. It's funny now, the more that I look, I see all these articles everybody's writing, and all of a sudden people have found Jesus on how Litecoin and or Ethereum are leading the way for the rest of the pack. And I would just like to say, glad everybody finally got on board and realizes that, because that is helping a lot of us make our safer trades. The bubble chart did call this perfect. So this is what, other than this chart, I don't see any home run trades. This is the only chart that is called this perfect, right? This is the only chart right here that's calling this. Now, we are getting back into some bounce zones, right? So we got to be careful right down in here, because you can start to bounce off of these bounce zones here, right? So you got a lot of bounce zones down here after you fell out of this triangle. So you're coming down, you're on one right now, right? So these are rejection zones. See, red circles are rejections. So we are coming down into a zone of rejection here. Now we can see a rejection either all the way back up to the top side, or we can see a small rejection and then bounce, or it can just rip right through them, right? But this is the only chart that has been 100% accurate at calling all of the plays. And I don't care what any crypto person out there does, they show you their charts. This chart is your money chart right here. This chart is telling you what to do. The lagging indicator, I called this last night. I said, hey, everybody, remember MACD is a lagging indicator. We came up. We did cycle back down. It is really hard. You got to be careful here. This would take a pretty massive rejection here in order for this to play back up again. So let's just really watch that, okay? But we are back into a tentative bounce zone area. Now, my profits are, and I will post again, I did open up an additional short. If you guys were looking on my, if you guys were watching on my Twitter yesterday, I had a short position opened, and then I actually reopened up an additional short position, which I will share right now. Give me 1 second. And on EOS, and I just think EOS has just been all the money. I really highly recommend playing EOS for your profits. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm going to drop this thing on Twitter. Other than that, it's just so here we go. Here's our EOS. EOS came down right into the target here. Now I do have lower targets for EOS. I still think that if EOS breaks this area right here, hold on a second. Hold on. All right, and let me see if I can bring this up really quick for everybody. Oh, come on, Twitter, update. All right, so I did increase my position. So I had 400, I reduced it for profit. It did bounce. I then took an additional position. I doubled my position up here on EOS, and it dropped again. So I am sitting really pretty right there in my EOS short. I'm just going to watch this now. Listen, I just woke up. I haven't had a chance to take a look at any of the charts. All I know is that I hit my initial targets, and I really just, I'm going to have to spend like an hour, 45 minutes kind of looking at the next direction. I want to take a look at Tron. So I had this target for Tron. It hit this target. What is this, a 12-hour chart? My next target on Tron is sitting down here lower. Let me throw a TD indicator on this for everybody and see where we're at. I should have had one on here. And the B scalper. There we go. All right, so if you are using our B scalper, wow, you are murdering it. just murdering it. Look at the B scalper called the long like money. Well, I mean, anybody's grandma could have called this short, so can't really take a lot of credit for that. That short was absolutely money. So we would be looking for, this is a really massive retracement right here. Insane retracement. I still am looking for a little bit down. I don't see any. Let's see if we have any bounce zones on the daily over here. All right, so you are forming on the daily. Still a couple days away, a possible death cross. This is a little harder to play. You might wait for this one to play out on Tron. Yeah. So on the 12-hour, this 7 is going to roll over onto the 30. I would really keep an eye out for this. And let's go down to 6-hour. Ooh. All right, so your 6-hour, you are getting a triangle of death, of doom above. Let's be careful right here. Actually, I apologize. This is going to be a supercross, a bearish supercross. So you're going to have your 7 pierce the 100, which it just did. You should still see more downside here. Do not count this 9. This 9 is not done on Tron. Okay, do not count this as the bottom right here. Be very careful playing this as a bounce. Your 7 is now going to rip through your 30. This is called a supercross, my own name for it, where you pierce 2 MAs in a quick pattern, in a quick time frame. And in the next 5 hours and 34 minutes, you will make a second cross. This will knock this back down. This should knock this right back down into my target zone. There would be my target. Be very careful playing Tron if you were thinking, if you're just trying to play bounces right here, I would watch out for these crosses over here on the 6-hour. We did pull up an IOTA chart. IOTA did have a death cross on it on the daily. It's still sitting there. It's just camping. Not looking good for IOTA. It did not come down and touch my second target. It did hit the first target up here, so there's that. This wasn't a target. It was already pretty kind of close to down here, so I can't take any credit for that. Yeah, this is just not good here. You've got another death cross forming. You've got the same thing's going to happen. So you're going to have the 7 roll over on the 30 and the 50 and the 30. I don't see a lot. Your next support zone is right below you, and then breaking that, you're going to go much lower. EOS, I just want to zip through the timelines real quick for you. We do have a death cross forming on the 6-hour. Still a long way for that to go. It needs to really, people, this needs to hold right here. Otherwise it's going to turn into a squeeze play. You did get a small bearish cross on the 4-hour now, which is going to close in, let's see, this is going to close in 1 hour and 30 minutes. I'm sorry, it already closed. I apologize. You've got 1 hour and 30 minutes left to close this candle here. Now, what's going to happen on EOS is you're going to go into a squeeze play, right? So you've got your 7 MA coming down. You've got your 50. Now, let me tell you here, this 50 is a lot stronger than that 7, right? So this squeeze play could be a bounce up right here. So your 50 is stronger than the 7. I mean, look at this. Look at my target. Look at this. Perfect target. Oh, absolutely. Look, I hit that thing on the dime. I hit it on the damn dime. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. Unbelievable. I hit that thing to the freaking penny. Oh, wow. Vamp. There we go. Let's get this up here. All right. I mean, wow. Look at that. Hit that damn thing to the penny right there. So, yeah, let's, so just, giving you guys a little, quickly what I'm seeing here. Man, this is a tough one. I mean, I see we hit our targets, so we should get, we hit the first targets last night. We got a little bounce out of the first targets, which was great, which is what we expected. We came down. We hit the second targets. I really let's go up to the higher time frames. I'm going to use Litecoin. Let's go up to Litecoin's higher time frames here. See if we can get an idea of what's coming. We'll use Litecoin and Bitcoin. Oh, dang it. Come on, grab it. Oh, there it is. There we go. All right, so let's see what we got here. So, all right, here's what I see. I see that we have on Litecoin a lot of support. Right, there's a lot of support, and I'm going to mark this down here. So let's put the 12-hour. So there's huge support right here on the 12-hour at our target bubble. Let's break this down to the 6-hour. Same thing. So we're gonna relabel this 12-hour and 6-hour. So I see a lot of support right here on the 12-hour and the 6-hour right here. Now let's go up to the daily. So the daily is only got the 30. It's only being supported by the 30. So here's the deal, people. Here's the deal. This is, so like I said, it's got to come down and test this area. This is exactly what my call was. So I did nail that call again. Perfect. Yeah, I just want to save these charts. Okay, so I did nail that call again. Perfect right there. You know, this is all I gotta say. Breaking this. This is the time right here. This is the time. So you have a triple confirmation here of this area. So you have all of these bounce zones, right, on your middle bubble chart. You have this, you're in the test zone that I said, hey, this is a test area. So this is a test area right here, okay? Bitcoin, my test area for Bitcoin was lower, right? I mean, I had this target right here. It did come down into this first target, so it did hit my first target. It is testing it, but I really think that Bitcoin needs to hold, I mean, it needs to hold the 7,300 mark for sure. But I would feel a lot more confident on testing this this next line right here. So this has all the support right here, the historic support. This has very weak support, right? So let's just put, this is tough because this is right. Looking at this right here where you have the confluence with the body, this is the testing area right here, and it came down, it was tested. Now, the challenge here on Bitcoin is you are sitting on the 7MA. The 7MA is extremely, extremely weak on the 12-hour chart. Remember this, that the 7MA is blue because it is our water. This, you've got no support down here whatsoever on the daily. You've got no support right here at all. Now you do have a cross forming on the 6-hour. This is a 200 and a 50. These are moving very, very slow, very slow. These are going to move slow. 4-hour, no help on the 4-hour. So the way I look at Bitcoin right now is the only salvation Bitcoin has is this small cross that's moving like a turtle right here on the 6-hour. So we can say watch this 6-hour cross. So that's the 200 and the 30. Okay, so what's the 6-hour cross and the 2-hour and the 30? There's just nothing below Bitcoin holding it up right now. The 7 is it. The 7 MA is the only thing I see here. You know, and it's so look, we came down, we just tapped this red line and we got a rejection off of it. You guys actually watched that live. That was actually live right there. So you guys got to see the power of the bubble chart. It was right there. This came down, this poked that red line right there, and then it rejected back up. Like I said, this is a huge test area, so I'm just going to write this in over here. I am going to say that I think BTC is weak. weaker than LTC, okay? Because there's no support. Okay, so BTC is weaker than LTC because there is just no support right here. Let me reduce this down a little bit. Okay. So if I were to be playing these charts like I have been, right? Like I have been. So the bubble chart just called the bounce right there. This is it. I would be playing this for the life of crypto. So for the life of crypto right now, I would be playing Litecoin. If Litecoin does not, because this is irrelevant, there's nothing holding Bitcoin up right here. If Litecoin does break this test area, that's it. That's it. And I'm just going to put this right here. So this is it. This is the test right here. You came down, you bounced right off all these MAs on your 6 and your 12 hour. Great bounce call, perfect target hit. That's it. That's all I got. I'm going to have to, I got to run. I got to do a couple things today. We're still moving. All I can say is my targets were hit. We are getting a small bounce off here. This is it. This is all in closing, this is just watch this chart, everybody. Pull up your Litecoin 12-hour chart. Pull up your vampire lines. You should make sure you have your 30 and your 50. And this is the final support right here. You break this support on this timeline, and I would look at Bitcoin 6,800. I would look at, and I'm going to leave those targets right here, so I'm going to change this, right? So I'm going to hit perfect, right? And there we go. So that's it. This is all I got. I see this making a BART up here also. So you guys got to be careful. This is making a BART up here. And I haven't looked at the RSI. I haven't looked at any other charts really today. So I think that's it. Oh, save image and all right. So I'm just going to leave up these 3 charts for you guys. Okay. So I'm going to, these are your play charts right here. These are how you guys need to make your plays for the next couple hours. All right. That's it. Thank you all, man. I know I've probably got a couple questions over here, but I'm just gonna leave this right here. I'm gonna leave these charts up for you guys to play these charts right here. I will get the alt stream running today also.